Yes, you did. You did the same thing for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about he gonna use it all the way up until, you know what I'm saying? Is you gonna step up and do what you gotta do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, who's stepping up in our government that we can really see is gonna do for the people, going to really make sure that the people eat, and they're gonna make sure the people have clean water, gonna make sure the people have everything they need to live a tranquil life, and their children thereof after them once they have passed on to the next. You know what I'm saying? They still sitting up here, doing this bullshit that we see here going on that does not benefit any part of our country. You know what I'm saying? Because it just goes to show the nonsense that they can actually do. But we see Trump took to social media, you know what I'm saying, his social media platform on Sunday, to address the new charges by the DOJ and wrote, why did the radical left demon Democratic prosecutor wait so long to bring these ridiculous cases against me? You know what I'm saying? They could have been, brought years ago. But no, they waited to bring them in the middle of my campaign for president because that's the way they could interfere and disturb my run for the White House. You know what I'm saying? Two, more coming. Number two, more coming, I guess. You know what I'm saying? More coming, I guess. What they didn't, what they didn't count on is the fact that the people of America understands these thugs, you know what I'm saying, and low lives. That's a beautiful name, thugs and low lives. The thuggies and the low lifeies. And, you know what I'm saying, you know, and my poll numbers have only gone up. Well, of course, it should go up. Anybody in the rightful mind should make sure that his poll numbers do go up and stay up. You know what I'm saying? Do not let them change and run your mind down shit Creek. You know what I'm saying? By bringing these ridiculous ass, charges. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people would see it that way. You know what I'm saying? That has some sense. But we see the fact, in incendiary false attack into 10 minutes Iowa speech claims the demon Democrats willing to kill Barbie babies even after, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Oh yes, they probably do. You know what I'm saying? They probably been doing that for a whole long now. You know what I'm saying? Probably even eating them, probably, it's nasty. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? When you think of the shit that these people have tried to present, even in their cultic overstanding, you know what I'm saying, of many singers and rappers and movie stars, you know what I'm saying, they're cultic, you're very vulgar in your ways, you know what I'm saying, because this is your hellfire in which you feel that you're in control of, and we the peons trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying? But this is coming in by Tommy Christopher one day ago. You know what I'm saying? We see the President of the United States back several false and incendiary attacks into his 10 minutes speech in Iowa, including a claim that demon Democrats are willing to kill babies even after their birth. Yes, and I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn what they say. You know what I'm saying? But Trump was last to deliver a speech Friday night at the 2023 Lincoln dinner hosted by the Republican Party of Iowa. You know what I'm saying? This Maloney's or whatever, where look like Maloney's, where many other candidates, including Florida governor, you know what I'm saying, including the Florida governor, and Trump chief rival Ron DeSantis, you know what I'm saying, were on the bill. You know what I'm saying? Trump, tricked it through, you know what I'm saying, the familiar, I guess he took it through the familiar situation here. He took to a familiar processing what he was saying, you know what I'm saying, but familiar lengthy of attacks going after DeSantis several times and attacking creepy nutcase Biden influence as well, you know what I'm saying, including by making a baseless claim that the president is the creepy ass president, cheating president, is directing the various prosecutions, persecution, I should say, Trump's face. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he is directing them. Yes, he is, because like I said, they don't want him to win the election. Let's just be honest. You can say what you want to spell our name right. You know what I'm saying? You do not want him to come back and win that election. And my question would be, if I was the American people, as to all the criminal shit that we see, in, especially the old people, and they should know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Seeing this criminal shit going on for all these years. You know what I'm saying? Even the assassination of 2 presidents, because Robert F. Kennedy would have became president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? They made sure that he didn't get that chance. But to me, he did. And he was, and still is to me, Robert F. Kennedy, the president of the United States, just like his brother, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Even Democrats, but I believe they will become Republicans eventually. You know what I'm saying? We see Fox News host, you know what I'm saying? The Fox News host confronts Trump's lawyer with grim polling on Trump's actions. Oh yeah, you always come with all kinds of bullshit. If you ask me, you know what I mean? You're gonna come with all kinds of charges in this whole matter, you know what I'm saying? But we see in Trump's actions. But this is coming in by Aaron Staton, you know what I'm saying, on July 8, 2023 at 1:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? But we see the Fox News host Shannon look like Green confronted Trump, Donald J. Trump, legal team spokesman, you know what I'm saying, Alina Hava, about new polling that shows most Americans disapprove of the president's actions in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents. Oh yeah, you're going to disapprove of the documents because the document situation ain't got nothing to do with the presidency, because he was a president and those were his documents. So did he or did he not pass the documents on, or was the document secured in where he put them, or and so on? Because the vulnerability to the documents does not make much sense somewhere that you're trying to imply. Now, if he was the president and those were his documents, whether they're military or whatever that he put in his place, you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to say this and say that and this and the third, does not make any sense, because Joe Biden did it, Bush did it, Bush Wilder probably did it, and all of Obama, you know what I'm saying, all of them, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, all hide documents. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? They all hide documents. So how in the world can Trump be the worst of the worst with the documents, and you trying to talk about some espionage when we could go back and look at what took place in America, even based on the Vietnam War, you know what I'm saying, and show facts and proof that you put that together and caused a war to last for almost 60-something, probably 70-something, probably still going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Same as we see with many other wars that you trumped up and started, but you fooled the American people into believing there was a justification in it then when there was none. Same as you're doing with the commie scare, same as you're doing with the terror scare, and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the people in constant war and conflict. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we see it on and on and on. But those documents does not still prove anything to me based on him being the only one that have done that in any shape or form. And like I said, like the Secret Service and different people was guarding his house and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? And he's preserving his documents because he don't want this creepy one to get into his documents. You know what I'm saying? And he don't need to. You know what I'm saying? Because he showed his documents to Trump's, that the ones, all of Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, all of them, Bush, all of them, did they ever show Donald Trump all their documents that they're hiding? You know what I'm saying? And you know they are. You know what I'm saying? So this is a clear case of a bias overstanding in America today, to see that you would have this biased fucking racist group against Donald Trump and any other candidate that came up in there and probably tried to do something good for the people, you know what I'm saying, in its own way. I'm not saying 100%. I'm just saying in its own way. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we see the same thing going on when it comes to those documents. You know what I'm saying? So the document case, to me, don't even fucking hold no water. Stormy Daniels case is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And the one you're talking about, Raffensperger, I forgot, Ohio or Michigan, or wherever the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying, doesn't still hold no water to me. You know what I mean? Because he have a right to make any phone call he wants to make as the president of the United States, to ask anybody anything he wants to. That doesn't mean that that phone call was a form of saying that he was trying to cheat the votes, you know what I'm saying, and collaborating with Alice, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, he should have, because look at the creepy ass mother and shit that Joe Biden did to the United States, you know what I'm saying, and have weakened the United States based on the demon Democrats in affiliation with outside people of the country in foreign land, you know what I'm saying, and they're now in our country, you know what I'm saying, and having free will, you know what I'm saying, to set up police stations, to do all types of different shit in our country. You know what I'm talking about. And, you know what I'm saying, only now it's being come up and said. You know what I'm saying? They full of shit. So that's espionage in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's espionage in itself. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see what really going on with this warning by this clown sucker. You know what I mean? To me, he ain't really saying too much to me other than some bullshit in itself. We see celebs throw down cash into a closely knitted race and shit going on. We see them throwing some cash up in there. We see Barbara Streisand, very, very good singer, beautiful singer. We see, you know what I'm saying, Bette Midler, or whatever, Sylvester Stallone and John Hamm, you know what I'm saying, are among the stars, you know what I'm saying, you know, opening up their checkbook ahead of the 2024, you know what I'm saying, infuse the campaign in some high profile Senate race with Hollywood cash, you know what I'm saying. We see several famous faces amongst those who have donated, you know, who have donated to political campaigns this year, according to the analysts and so on. Okay, well, they can do whatever they want to, you know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want to with their money, you know what I'm saying? I hope they're just making the right decision. We see Creep Joe Biden jokes about impeachment threats, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, he gonna joke about it, of course, because he know ain't nothing gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? It's just about a big clown show, you know what I'm saying? The American brains is going cuckoo, pow. But theirs is so straight and so superior, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it really look like, 1, 2, 3, 4 dialects, if you ask me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The creepy ass, cheating ass president live that the GOP might investigate him for bringing down inflation. How the fuck you bring down inflation? I still don't get it when you're the one caused it to go up, and when did it come down? You know what I'm saying? Because inflation isn't the weather. Inflation isn't something that happens. Just happen. It had to be done and facilitated or pushed forward by an agenda of a creepy ass government and creepy ass president or administration that gets in there and continues to do this over years and years and years. And every time they're going to cheat, steal, rob, and shit, they drive inflation, blow their debt ceiling wide open, and money going left, going right. Same thing we saw with the Iraq wars and different stuff like that, where they were shipping out, bricks of crates of money, you know what I'm saying, shipping it, and they're going to turn around and say that the money just disappeared, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. They were doing during the Iraq wars and different shit like that. You saw the Hercules with a loaded crate, it looked like something you put in a bank vault, you know what I'm saying, on top of crates and stacked up high and shit, and they shipping it into Hercules, and then talking about the money disappear while he's sitting up here making all these funny jokes, you know what I'm saying. So we know for well the shit that they do, and it ain't out. It's funny. We see Watergate prosecuted as if new Trump charges could do the until now unthinkable. Yeah, the charges could do what? The unthinkable about what? Getting Trump out of the situation or getting him out of there, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Is that the question you're asking? You know what I'm saying? Like anybody give a, you know what I'm saying? We want to see this shit come straight. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be the unthinkable. You know, everybody got jokes saying it. This is by Lee Morin 2 days ago, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? But we see, you know, Jill Wine Banks. You know what I'm saying? They prosecuted in the Watergate scandal on Thursday. Described the latest. Allegations against Donald J. Trump to be made in the classified documents cases, you know what I'm saying, a blockbuster. She also wondered whether they could actually finally turn the President of the United States the vote base against him. Well, that's what you wanted to do. Same thing you're doing with Putin in Russia. You know what I'm saying? So it don't make no difference as to what the situation is. We know that's the aim and that's the game that you're trying to play by driving the people's minds in this psychological groove. This is the same thing we saw with coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? The same groove. To where even, like Jim Jordan said, you know, true information came out and you blocked it based on the fact that you don't want nobody to have nothing to say. Just shut the fuck up and do what I tell you to do. Even if you know it's wrong, and even if you know that it's a scheme, and even if you know that it's going to do this and do that to the people. You don't give a flying fuck. You see what I'm saying? So while you talking about can they do the undoable and undoable, we see the scheme in the game that you talking and your shit is weak. You know what I'm saying? And we see it's weak. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know, we see where Trump demands freeze on U.S. aid to Ukraine until the federal agency give up every scape of evidence they have on Joe Biden. And I agree with that point 100%. That's a fact. We see chaos erupts when migrants rush the door of a Roosevelt hotel to try to get in. NYPD officers and security guards tried to stop them. A few got in, but most did not. Okay, yeah, got them scrambling over here like, you know what I'm saying, like being people and human beings and people, you know, and you bring them all rushing into America like that, you know, scrambling and fighting and tussling over each other just to get in the hotels instead of flooding up our hotels and all type of shit with these people. You know what I'm saying? When you facilitate and made these people do this because you've been fucking over the Haiti, you know what I'm saying, what you call Haiti, you know, like as if you're talking about Hades in hell, with the black people side of the land, and then you separate it and call the other side the Dominican Republic of all the bastard children that you breeded up by raping the black woman, and then put them on that side and call it the Dominican Republic because it was his children. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you got the black Africans that were there before all of them, you know what I'm saying, pushed to the other side and called it Haiti. As if you're saying Hades, you know what I'm saying, in their little world is hell. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're looking at the situation where you acting as if these people, you know, didn't have a reason to, in more ways in one, to run from their country, number one. Number two, you know what I'm saying, the prosperity and the garbage that you have done to the country using their leaders and different people to fuck up their country for years and years and years to come. You know what I'm saying? And total corruption, and keep that boot on their neck goes to show that you has facilitated this particular holy Luciferian, you know what I'm saying, demon, democratical, fucking, you know, new world order, piece of garbage, and you're seeing it all around the world where people are being driven from their land due to total corruption and garbage, and now being driven into our country by the same process of chaoticness by these demon democratic of 47, 50 years of this garbage. How many wars have they got many Americans killed, and you still don't get the picture? But you know what? You know what I'm saying? You're going to learn one day. I guess by the time that happens, what is in them will react, and they'll be too weak to defend themselves. You know what I'm saying? This is why he asked for 100%. You know what I'm saying? First it was 70, 60 or whatever. Now when we look at that same situation in more ways than one, in a overstanding of something like that, say that this is happening and this is coming this way and this is going this way, does not scientifically prove that one must run out and do something like that, because it does not show the order of things based on finding out where, who, what race, spreading with this, that, and the third and the fourth. You know what I'm saying? When we look at it, he said, said that he's going to just have a red zone, a blue zone, a green zone, and an orange zone. You know what I'm saying? But that's not proving anything at all. That's just saying that if a person show up with a common cold to there, or something happened where he catches a common flu or cold, you could simply say right off the top that, you know, that's what it is. But that's not what it is, because that's not proving that in any shape or form. It's only proving the psychological psyche on the people to believe something that is not really there, or is not being monitored in its rightful ways, because to make everybody go down one road was not a good thing, because it didn't prove anything. It just proved the attack and the weaponization of the government against the people. And that's what the people see. You know what I'm saying? And anybody in their rightful mind would see it that way. Because the procedure in which you use to say that this is coming, that is coming, this is that, and this, look at this over here, see how many of these, you know, so-called bodies or whatever, you know, is laid out on the sidewalk, disrespecting them, you know what I'm saying? You know, and using them as their little capitalist and tool, you know what I'm saying, to drive this mentality into the rest of the people to believe that what they're saying is true, and then censoring the medias and all types of other people from even talking, even on Google and social media and different platforms that were explaining how they see it from that perspective. They said that was disinformation and misinformation to convince the people out of doing something that they wanted them to do, you know, blindfoldedly, really, without any facts, evidence, and so on. You know what I'm saying? And be censoring your comments and your views in this matter, and taking down your posts actually when people were telling the truth is something that we have to look at more carefully, because that seems like something that has that that feel, you know what I'm saying, in Germany just before the war. You know what I'm saying? Please. You know what I'm saying? We see Haxel, you know, back singing poorly vetted deal using emergency power. Oh yeah. Of course you're gonna do shit like that. We see Donald Trump called a loser after labeling Joe Biden a dumb, you know what I'm saying? No, he's not a loser. I don't care if they give a damn who called him that. He's not a loser. He's actually, to me, a winner. You know what I'm saying? I gotta like Donald Trump. But, you know what I'm saying, when we're looking at the presidential campaign, you know what I'm saying, whether people say, well, you black, you know what I'm saying, y'all people are slavery, and you know what I'm saying, and they didn't care about you, and they gonna do shit for you, and da-da-da-da-da-da. So why are you caring about it? And it's not because when you make these laws, like what we see happen to the Black Panther Party and different things like that, defending the black neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, driving the pimps and the pushers out, you know what I'm saying, what turned out to happen to them, you know, what reward did the Black Panther really get for putting their life on the line for the black community when they were beating and killing African people in LA and different places in Detroit, just picking you up and you disappear, never see you again, killing Africans, you know, even down south with the, you know, the KKK, you know what I'm saying, you know, started by the demon Democrats in 1865, you know what I'm saying, to disrupt and offset Reconstruction and all this different stuff, you know what I'm saying. What was that? You know what I'm saying? You're talking about terrorists. What was that? And they're still doing it today. So what and then marching to the street boldly as if they had some form of religious right to do so. You know what I'm saying? So we know full well that this is an attack on the American public as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So in more ways than one, you calling Donald Trump a loser, but when we look at the Joe Biden administration and the demon Democrats from day one, they were always losers. That's why they got their butt kicked in the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? Because they were losers. You know what I'm saying? And lazy. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to get everything this way and now and say that they work hard, but how did you work hard for it? You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, you stole, drove my people, murdered them, did everything. Yeah, you worked hard on that, didn't you? Still running behind black. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Trump is not a loser, he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? We see White House address the crowd at one of the 2024 presidential election rally, you know what I'm saying, in, you know, what you call it, in Erie, Pennsylvania, I think. Erie, Pennsylvania, on Sunday. No, that was on Saturday, July 29th. You know what I'm saying? The 77-year-old, you know what I'm saying, old 77-year-old called his demon, democratical, blood-sucking vampires opponent a dumb son of a bitch. You know, White House. You know what I'm saying? While at the podium. You know what I'm saying? I would have called him that too. You telling me that you don't see nothing that the demon Democrat and Joe Biden administration and his son and all the people that was involved with him, Obama, Michael, Michelle, or whatever, Obama, you know what I'm saying, as they would say, you know what I'm saying, even going to Obama fake ass, you know what I'm saying? When you look at the shit that he did and you look at the fakeism bullshit that he ran, you know what I'm saying, and then ran this shit through as signing a bill and so forth on to be the first president to sign the gay rights bill and so forth, you know what I'm saying? When we look at all that he did, what did he really do for black people? What did he really do calling himself the first black corporate president, probably, which he is not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He holds no historical value other than an idiot. I don't see who the hell would honor him in any shape or form. To me, he's an Arab boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Those that come into Africa and breed up and mix up and all this different garbage, so, and even converting the African people and the African women into, you know what I'm saying, these different religions, even Islam. You know what I'm saying? That's cool for them. But we're Africans, so that, no. I'm not following none of that. You could take it and do for you. I'm going to take for me and do for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not converting to any one of you, and I don't believe in none of them. Let's just be frank. I have no energy for them. And I'm not going to follow them. Don't believe them. Don't feel nothing from them. It's a blind this when it comes to them. But we see the wickedness that they have done to my people using that ideology, or even come in using our own people against us. Don't think that they had that psychological nonsense going on back then, where they were using our own African people probably to sell and harvest our own people into bringing them over here and driving them from the land of Egypt, West Africa, Sudan, you know, Ethiopia, and so on and so on, so they could take over, you see what I'm saying, as Africa is a so-called breadbasket, you know what I'm saying? But we see where Trump has called him that name, you know what I'm saying? And I would too, you know what I'm saying? Anybody in their rightful mind showing and seeing what happened to a great vast, and then when it comes to the great vast people that followed behind the leading Democratic administration and believe in this creepy ass motherfucker, because they have ways of doing that. They will make you believe all these years and all this, they doing good, and the year come and the election come, and then you're going to vote for them because they do it so good, and you fill your pockets and cut your taxes, but that's not doing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sitting there following the demon Democrats, You know what I'm saying? Over all these years, no wonder they were able to do this type of garbage to the United States. Because we see that people have been supporting these wicked beasts in their actions. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at him calling him a creepy nothing. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, he said, we have somebody that's not at the top of his game. You know what I'm saying? Was never was at the top of his game. Never was, Trump said, before, name calling, seeing the current cheating ass acting president to, you know what I'm saying, from the creep Joe Biden administration, to which his fans, erupted in cheers. Because if you have been facilitating and carrying on, running with Pete Joe Biden and them, and you act as if like they can do no wrong and you don't see no wrong, and they're lacing your pockets, I guess, and all this bullshit that's going on, you know what I'm saying, bringing in all kinds of foreign people for years in our country, selling our country out completely to them. You know what I'm saying? And then when they come in, everything made in China. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we can't even make a pair of underwears anymore. You know what I'm saying? This country, it said all their businesses go over to China, while we over here have to wear products that come from our companies that were here over there, now selling it to us over here with the label made in China. You know what I'm saying? Even they're doing the same thing in Africa, and been doing that same shit in Africa. You know what I'm saying? They're garbage. So we know there's a lot of people that have been helping these people in all ways, and we've been doing it for many years. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I would have called him one too. Even when Hawks, when you're looking at Hawks, or using emergency power to do this and do that, she ain't no more than a demon Democrat doing the same garbage shit that she always gonna do. You know what I'm saying? While people are sitting up there acting as if this is a brand new thing, she ain't no more than a brand new second hand, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? And she's going to do that. She's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. We see the Governor Hoxsell announce major efforts, housing development at the World Trade Center site in Lower Manhattan. Yeah, and probably gonna put who in there? A whole bunch of people, asylum seekers. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fill it up right in the middle of Lower Manhattan. We see Chuck Todd warning. We read about that. We see about that going on these days. You know what I mean? We see about that going on these days. We see here where Donald Trump's predict 2 more impending indictments. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to recriminalize, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump, I guess is what they're saying. So let's go over here because, you know what I'm saying, they're annoying. And we don't really see anything good in that aspect. You know what I'm saying?